As interest in the wedding of Prince William and Kate Middleton reaches fever pitch, competition to capture an exclusive image of the couple before the big day is intense, with a single photograph of the bride-to-be now said to be worth up to $500,000. The relationship between the press and the palace has changed dramatically in the 14 years since Princess Diana died after being chased through a Paris tunnel by paparazzi. But as Europe correspondent Emma Alberici reports, some things never change.
Since Prince William and his bride graduated from university, just leaving her house has been hard work for Kate Middleton. After this episode on her 25th birthday, she won £5,000 in damages in a case against the paparazzi. Earlier this month, her family were forced back to the Press Complaints Commission when the princess-to-be and her mother were followed on a private day out.
We've sometimes upset the palace. I remember when we broke the story on Kate and William being an item. They were skiing in Switzerland. We had this picture of them on the ski lift, and we had the whole headline was that, you know, that this is the girlfriend, you know, and there was, the palace got upset about that, and they got very, very, you know, shirty about it, and they banned me from the next two picture sessions with William.
Arthur Edwards has been photographing the royal family for 34 years. He's been capturing shots of Prince William since the day after he was born.
This is William when he was 9 months old, arriving in Alice Springs on the start of their mammoth tour. This was a 6 weeks tour of Australia and New Zealand. And I think Prince Charles is saying, look, there's Arthur.
For his entire life, Prince William has been aware that the camera's prying lens is never far away. But for his bride-to-be, it's been a steep learning curve.
She does it like a natural, and she, when she talks to people, she sort of got this great laugh, and her head goes back and she laughs, and, you know, people like to really, you know that she's listening to what they're saying, and I think that's one of the great skills of being a member of the royal family. When you talk to someone, you may realise that they are the most important person in the world at that moment.
Hello, lovely to meet you. What's your name?
The interest in Kate Middleton is now second only to the media frenzy that followed Princess Diana's every step. Prince William's mother often said she felt raped by the cameras. When she was killed in a car crash in a Paris tunnel, much of the world blamed the paparazzi.
I went to the hospital and I managed to get into the hospital for when they carried out the coffin. And just as the coffin appeared, I started to get really upset. And but I photographed it, and then I realised I had a really great picture. I had to get it back, and rushed out into the street to get a cab. And the cab wouldn't take me. He said, "No, you're an assassin. You're an assassin," you know. And as though because I had these cameras around my neck, and I suppose he thought I was a paparazzi, and that was the reason. They thought that was the reason she died, being pursued by paparazzi.
Since 1997, the rules of the game have changed, and rather than punish the press, the palace invited them in, forging relationships with photographers. Like the old adage goes, they kept their friends close, their enemies closer.
I think Buckingham Palace realised they had to make some changes. They just opened the windows and let a lot of fresh air blow in. They employed proper press officers, people that were proactive, not reactive, and it changed. It almost changed immediately.
Chris Jackson is part of the new generation of royal photographers, often an exclusive guest on Prince William's foreign trips. Today, he's just one of thousands of people carrying a camera at Westminster Abbey.
Well, it's crazy. There's so many people down here. Obviously, you know, the atmosphere is starting to get really exciting now. As you say, there's photographers down here, members of the public, guys that have been camped out for the last, 3 days.
His relationship with the royals has earned him many front-page scoops, like this famous snap of the happy couple. It was virtually the only full-length picture, with both of them looking directly at his lens.
You can certainly see a glimpse of Prince William as a future king. As I was saying, his diplomacy is fantastic. Prince William never really looks at the photographers. He's always concentrating on who he's talking to or who he's with, which isn't to say either approach is better or worse, but I think it just shows that he takes his duties very seriously.
Try as they may, the 200 press advisors now working for the palace can't stop every paparazzi snap making it into the tabloids. The more they guard their privacy, the more valuable pictures of them will become. Splashed across the front pages of Britain's dailies, these pictures of Kate Middleton leaving the family home for the last time as a single woman earned the photographer hundreds of thousands of pounds. Emma Alberici, Lateline.